Dearly beloved in Jesus Christ, welcome to the reflections of 7th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year C. In today's first reading, we hear that David spares the life of King Saul, who intended to kill him. In today's Gospel, Jesus speaks about our love towards our enemies. Therefore, the core teaching of today's liturgy of the word is love towards our enemies. Dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, one of the basic reasons why the religious leaders of those days wanted to kill Jesus was his authoritative and provoking teachings. Jesus taught so many things opposite to their thinking. That's why they wanted to eliminate Jesus. For example, in Matthew 21:31, he spoke, "Even the sinners and the tax collectors are going ahead of you into the kingdom of heaven." The people who knew Torah, the religious leaders, were hurt by this teaching because Jesus measured the sinners above these religious leaders. In another occasion, Jesus praises the faith of a Syrophoenician woman who was a Gentile. Like this, so many instances Jesus praised the faith of others, which the Jewish leaders did not like, and they wanted to eliminate Jesus Christ. Similarly, in today's Gospel, we have a teaching of Jesus which the people of those days couldn't even imagine of, saying, "Love your enemies." For Jewish leaders and the people of Jews, loving enemies is a peculiar thing. To understand this, we have to analyze and see who is an enemy to a Jew. Dear friends, in Leviticus chapter 19 verse 18, it is made clear that who is a neighbor to a Jew. There we read, "A fellow Jew is neighbor to another Jew and nobody else." And Jews were asked to love their neighbors and hate their enemies. Therefore, any non-other Jew is an enemy for Jews. And people with this mentality were taught by Jesus saying, "Love your enemies." Secondly, to understand the gospel passage more vividly, we need to analyze the word love used in the gospel passage. Dear friends, there are three words in Greek terminology to describe love. The first one is eros. Eros is a love that a man will have towards his mate or a female. And the second one is philios. Philios is affectionate love towards any of our dear and near ones. And the third one is agape. Agape is an unconditional love. This needs more broad explanation. In simple terms, agape is an unconditional love which compels oneself from within to do anything for the other. When we are in agape, we forget the harm they do, we forget all the pains they give us, and we only desire the highest good for the other. And Jesus demands this agape love in today's gospel passage. In gist, he tells you love your enemy with unconditional love, forgetting all the pain and the sufferings. In today's first reading, we hear about this kind of love from the part of David. Dear friends, King Saul was jealous about the success of David, and he was afraid of losing his throne. Therefore, King Saul wanted to eliminate David, wanted to kill him. But the Lord was with him and protected him. But David gets a chance where Saul can be killed by David. But David spared the life of Saul, saying, I shall not raise my hand against the anointed of the Lord. This is an agape from the part of David. He forgot the pain that he had to undergo because of Saul, but he saved him. Dear friends, this is a real Christian love. And for this kind of love, we are all called. In modern scenario, many of us misunderstand and misinterpret the concept of love towards our enemies. Often, we ignore and behave indifferently towards our enemies, and we call it love towards our enemies. In simple terms, we completely avoid them, completely try to forget the pain they give, and we say we love our enemies. Dear friends, the gospel passage clearly tells loving our enemies is not a passive job. Loving our enemies is an active emotion that dwells alive within you and the person whom you forgive. Jesus puts forth 3 concrete ways to love our enemies in today's gospel. The first, he tells, do good to the one who hurts you. And the second, he tells, give abundantly to the one who asks from you. And the third and very important thing is pray for your enemies. These are the 3 particular things that we can do to show our love towards our enemies. When we do this, we really become friend of God. In conclusion, today's liturgy of the word teaches us 2 important notions about our Christian love. The first one is Christian love is an agape, which is unconditional love. And the second one is loving your neighbor is not a passive job, but it is an active emotion where we are demanded to do something for our enemy. Let God bless us all.